Howdy partners, this is I Sincere Remember Outside or I'll hate you for it, and I'm bringing you guys another 1 versus 1 Dawn of War 2 Retribution ranked commentary. Gonna be playing here on Greentooth Jungle, and we're gonna be playing against Single Ib. Favored for him an Imperial Guard, and yes, he is definitely going to be favored in on this map, especially with all of the strange, bizarre, like placement, that this map has, and with the fact that guardsmen, very good at defending areas, can drop turrets all over the place and hold places down without having to put their army actually there. Quite difficult for Space Marines to deal with, but not impossible. One thing I'd like to talk about, me and Gravely played like 4 or 5 1v1s the other day, yesterday, and he just absolutely stomped the living shit out of me. Like, I can't tell you how bad that guy owned me. I am so rusty, it's not even funny. So, I need to get into the habit of commentating and playing once again so I can get my skill back up, because losing almost all of those games to Gravely is completely unacceptable in my eyes. And I know that I just need to get better. And plus, it gives me an excuse to do more casting and put out more content for you guys to enjoy. So I hope you guys enjoy watching me try to be good. I know it sounds funny. But right here you can see he's bringing up his Lord General, and I already know this is a bad situation. He gets a stomp off. I'm going to retreat these guys before they take any more excessive damage. Right now, not too worried about VPs or anything like that. Just more along the lines concerned about holding on to my resources. That's one good thing I think that Gravely teaches me whenever we play against each other, is I really need to be mindful of my army's position 24/7 of the game, because Space Marines do not do well if they lose their power farms early on. So definitely something that I'm going to be keeping well in mind from now on. But yeah, keeping my tactical Marines close to my force commander, always a good idea. And another good idea against guardsmen is to go for Devastator Marines. Going double scout with tactical Marines is a really bad idea versus guardsmen. Scouts very, very, very squishy, and lasgun fire is just so good with all of the numbers that they've got. And assault Marines aren't really much better when you get right down to it, because of sentinels and the fact that guardsmen are really good at kiting around those units. But we're gonna get forced off here, and we're gonna split up our guys and take cover. We're gonna make him come to us, not the other way around, because going to those sentinels is basically running dead into fire. And you can see right now that those grenade launchers coming in, putting us in a very bad spot, easily outmatching us. And we're going to set up our Devastators right there to cover that victory point. In the early game with Space Marines, you have to remember it's not about how much damage you do. It's about hanging on to what you have and getting into the upper tiers so that you can really start to put the hurt onto the enemy. And conserving your units And your victory points and your resources is a very big important part of this. If you overspend, you can end up in Tier 2 way too late, and that can put you in some trouble. If you lose a couple squads here and there, that is horrible for you to be in, a situation for you to be in. Especially because your Space Marine, all of your squads are so expensive, and whenever you lose something, you know, it hurts way more than other squads, because your units are so expensive. But yeah, so you can see right here that he went for double Sentinel, and so I can already tell you he's going to be pretty far behind in the power count, by and large due to the fact that he had to purchase those with all the extra requisition that he had, and that's going to hurt him pretty bad. Devastator Marines, really good versus those Sentinels. So also something you want to try, especially if they do get those Sentinels. I'd suppose that the Assault Marines are not a poor choice if they go for Trip Guardsmen, but still being able to make those Guardsmen keep their head down and preventing them from putting down all of that ranged fire just makes it, you know, makes them so much more less threatening, and you're really able to do everything that you want. Being able to put out the ranged fire and prevent the damage from coming to you, so scales really well with the Space Marines against Guardsmen. And you can see right here that how useful that has actually been so far, because I've been able to hold on to a lot of my victory points. I am behind, and that's fine for now at least, because you know, I just now getting into Tier 2, and now that we are here in Tier 2, we can really start to lay the hurt down on this Guardsman. I'm going to go ahead and get a Dreadnought, knowing that he's probably pretty far behind from getting into Tier 2 himself. Not going to have a lot of options as far as anti-vehicle goes. So the armor will be able to really help us roll over this Guardsman. It'll give us great map control, and using our scouts to pull those Guardsmen off. Did take a little bit of damage, but not that big of a deal. Going to use our Force Commander to capture that point over there, getting the Armor of Alacrity, and that's something that I know if you've watched my videos closely enough, that it'll seem pretty strange that for me getting it. And to be honest, I am not the biggest fan of Armor of Alacrity, mostly because of the fact that it is just a speed boost item. But right here, I mean, against Guardsmen, when I can see that, you know, they're going to be going for a lot faster, more mobile units, I want to be able to get in their face, and do as much damage as I possibly can. And it also gives me a additional option for ganking, you know, like leaders, commanders, stuff like that. And watch closely. Oh, crud. Okay, armor. Oh, no, no, no. Dreadnought got in the way. Of course. But, yeah. And wiping their stormtrooper squad. Oh, not wiping it, but doing a lot of damage to them. we're going to use Emperor's Fist and see if we can't wipe that squad. We do get the squad, and we get a free Sentinel for our efforts, and Dreadnought still hasn't gone down. So, real big shock right there. I actually thought I was going to lose him, but with as much damage as I had done, I didn't really think it was going to be that big of a deal. So, killing off a Stormtrooper squad and a Sentinel squad, definitely putting us in a good leading position right now. And we're going to have our scouts repair this thing up, and we're going to move up with our tactical marines, have them use their plasma gun and their bolters to deal a metric fuck ton of damage. And he pulls out the frag missiles, and I back off as soon as I possibly can, using my force commander to capture that victory point over there, because these units really need to be grouped together. And still firing those crack missiles into my Dreadnought. So far, so good, not taking all that much damage, but going to have to definitely fix them up. So in the situation right now, I'm feeling like, you know, getting the Dreadnought a assault cannon will definitely help me remedy that problem of oh, well, never mind, didn't help fix anything. So unfortunate, but it does happen. So we're going to get the Scout Sergeant for our scouts to help deal with those Stormtroopers. And yeah, Stormtroopers not too big of a threat to infantry, but you can see that even so, they still do really good damage to the heavy infantry, being able to punch through the armor fairly easily, and the fact that the models aren't small at all does not really help me in that situation whatsoever. And right now, we are holding on to a large portion of the map, and that is great. I'm feeling good about this. We're going to pull out a second Tactical Marine squad, because we are building up quite a lot of requisition, and we need to spend that. We're going to attack these guardsmen. He's going to stomp on me. That's not going to do any damage because of the quickening being active. The quickening allowing me to reduce a lot of incoming damage. It is very short though, so don't expect it to give you like invulnerability like I sometimes feel like it does. And yep, Tactical Marines over here coming into play, giving them the plasma guns and meeting the Lord General over here in melee with my librarian. And we're going to use Smite again on these guardsmen and give the Veil of Time ability to my Tactical Marines. And we're just going to wail on these guardsmen and bleed them for models. And Ogryn's popping out onto the field. Good enough good thing we did put the Veil of Time ability on that tactical squad. Definitely saving their lives, like, for absolutely sure. Sentinel over here trying to combat us, and I'm not going to have any of it. And that is a creeping barrage. Yeah, not a rocket run. And we're going to have to attempt to hold on in this position. Definitely a rough spot to be in. But again, oh, the Ogryn's giving stand firm by the Lord General. And yeah, my force commander going to put the hurt on those Ogryn's, and yeah, our what's it called? Devastator Marines did go down, unfortunately. Lucky, he got really lucky. He almost lost his entire Ogren squad. And right now, basically what's going on is we're trading kind of back and forth-ish. And he's getting the shorter end of it every time we engage. And yeah, he puts a node down just before I cap it from him. And I'm feeling like we need some armor on the field, but I'm not sure how I'm going to go about that with a lot of those units that he has being very good anti-vehicle. So, not really sure. I think, maybe getting a plasma squad might help remedy that situation, giving awesome knockback and also doing some really good damage might be able to help me, though I'm not entirely sure about that. And so far, we're going to drop a grenade on those stormtroopers. Misses, but barely. And our plasma cannon squad just now getting in. My librarian capping that point. Gonna set up that plasma cannon squad in a good spot. Get nice good vision or visual range. And we're going to hang on to that victory, or this victory point right here. Keep us on the better end of the situation. And after this, I'm thinking if I can hold on to these units, then I will be in a good position to go into Tier 3. So, going to get the assault cannon upgrade for the Dreadnought right away. That way, when we do engage, he won't be forced to engage in melee, and he won't get absolutely owned. So, I'm thinking Force Staff would be a good choice too, to use the ability to prevent the Ogrins from closing in melee with us. These guys going to go up that direction because we know that the enemy is here, but where exactly is a little tricky. Ah, crud. And yeah, you can see right here, Ogrins immediately jumping into melee with my Dreadnought, and able to catch him with our units, do a lot of damage. And we're going to set up, we're going to use our Assault Cannon Barrage. That is a doomed squad. That squad absolutely eats it, and he GG's. Or more or less he leaves, but yeah. The little wave ability, I don't even remember what it's called. I almost never use it, but there was actually a point to it this time. Yeah. The Ogrins out on the field did knock down his Lord General, and that was pretty good. I think he also lost his Sentinel, and then once he lost those Stormtroopers to the Assault Barrage, definitely didn't help him there. But yeah, I had a lot of fun playing this game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, just trying to get myself back into the game, back into casting, commentating, and everything, and get some enjoyment out of it, and you know, really start to relearn the game. I really have been kind of just either, if I've played this game recently, it's been casual, if I've played it at all, so I haven't really been doing all that well. But I am back, going to be doing tons and tons more of these games, and yeah, if you like the video, go ahead and leave a like. If there's a comment that you'd like to leave, but down below as like maybe what the little, I think it's like force barrier or something. If someone could confirm that for me, I'd appreciate it. Um, and if you love the video, go ahead and subscribe. I did have 41 subscribers, and then someone left, and I was down to 40 subscribers now. But that's okay. You know, I'm sure whatever, there was a reason. Not gonna hurt my feelings at all. At least you're being honest. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. This is I Sincere Remember Outsider. I'll hate you for it, and I'll catch you partners later.